Greetings to each and every one of you guys. Once again, welcome to the Voices of South Sudanese Women. I hope each and every one of you guys have been doing well, and I'd like to give a massive thank you to everyone who has been sharing our videos and liking them as well, and providing consecutive feedback in regards to all the episodes that we've been doing. Now, we're on season 2, episode 2, and tonight I have a special guest in the studio with me tonight. I'll get him to introduce himself in a moment. And in regards to tonight's episode, we will be talking about spirituality, and most importantly, what our special guest does for a living. He did mention that he's an artist, and I'll get him to talk a little bit more about that. But we will jump right into it, and I'll get Charling to introduce himself and tell you guys a little bit about himself and his background as well. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I go by the name Chal Jok, but they call me Child Superior.
Yeah.
I'm just here, the voice of South Sudanese women with Lizzie today, and I'll be talking about a few things: spirituality, my music, my upbringing, how I've lived in Australia, and my experiences and such.
Beautiful.
Yep.
That's amazing. Thank you, Charles. So we'll jump right into tonight's topic. So tonight's topic is in regards to spirituality, and it's something that has been a trend all over the world as well, where people are beginning to start the process of getting to know themselves on a deeper level. So I thought Charles would be the perfect individual to actually provide his perspective about spirituality and where he's at in this present moment in life. So I'll just give out a little bit of introduction in regards to our episode. So with spirituality, it is about seeking a meaningful connection with something bigger than ourselves, which can result in a positive emotions such as peace, contentment, gratitude, and acceptance. Spirituality also comes with emotional health. It is about cultivating a positive state of mind, which can broaden your outlook to recognize and incorporate a connection to something larger than ourselves. Spirituality is a broad concept with room for many perspectives. In general, it includes a sense of connection to something that is bigger than ourselves, and it involves a search for meaning in life. As such, it is a universal human experience, something that touches us all. Now, people may describe a spiritual experience as a sacred or transcendent, or simply a deep sense of aliveness and interconnectedness. So we'll jump right into that, Charles.
So my journey, I would say, began back in maybe, let's say, 2012. You know, when they were saying the world was going to end.
Yeah.
So I was losing my mind. I was just scared, you know.
Of course, yeah.
So I did something. I started reading books.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
it.
Started meditating.
Yeah.
And then I just found peace, you know. Everything was
within yourself.
Yeah, within myself.
Yeah.
Everything was much easier. And then, like, if there's something out there, like if someone feels lost, like when it first starts off, you feel scared, you know,
Of
like
course.
you're confused, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you start doing research, knowing who you are, your history,
Yeah.
and everything like that, everything becomes much easier. So what I'm telling to the youth out there is just look for someone like a mentor or something to help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, don't just go on it by yourself. And the other thing is, I also around 2000 and let's say 12 December, I went to Africa.
Yeah.
And then I went for a holiday to see my father. And then I went there, everything was all right. But I came back and then I got diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Yeah.
So that's, you hear voices or something like that.
Yeah.
From then on, I've been on a depot every 3 months. You know, I get my injection. So it's keeping my mind, you know, focused.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this is just the more spiritual you are, the more vulnerable you are to those kind of things.
Of course.
You know,
you become sensitive.
Yeah, you sense things. Yep.
Things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's been a good journey. Like I've learned a lot. Like I can help the youth. I can help someone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
because you've been there before.
because I've been there.
Yeah,
I'm not.
you've
I just
experienced it.
Yes, I just didn't read it from a book.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah. It's something that was very close to you. You
Yes.
know, something that
Yeah.
you went through, and just looking at you now in this present moment, you've realized that yes, people do go through these type of things.
Yes.
But it's only to make you a stronger person in life.
Yes.
You know, and for you to actually share your testimony of everything that you went through, that itself is going to help a young person out there.
Yes.
Who's going through a lot of things, who has anxiety, who has depression, who has mental health issues. Like just by them listening to your story will help them realize that, hey, if Charles can go through that and come out of it, it means that I'm able to do the same as well. I went to South Sudan in 2012 also to go spend time with my father too.
Yep.
When I came back to Australia, my goodness, I realized how different the two countries are.
It's like you've been missing out on something.
I'm telling you, I was so shocked. Culture shock. I came back.
Yeah.
I started wearing like clothes that will cover my body.
Yeah.
Because back at home, women are not allowed to wear the type of clothes we wear here in Australia, where it's showing too much cleavage.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I realized, hey, I'm in a really good place in Australia. You know, looking at everything that was going on back home, I realized that, you know, we're very fortunate, you know, to be where we're at today.
Yes.
And I think that's where my spiritual journey began too, because I myself, I went through a lot in life.
Yes.
Especially growing up without a father.
You've changed a
lot.
Yeah,
I've gone through a lot of growth.
I like the woman you become.
Thank you.
Really nice, yeah.
I appreciate it. And I love that. I really do.
Yeah.
What we see in it's what you just mentioned right now, it is very important to congratulate and be happy for people when you see a massive change in them, you know.
About that, can I say something?
Yeah.
It's like your subconscious, you know, your other mind, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't know if you're like, let's say you say something about someone, your thing is about you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't know. Your subconscious doesn't know
At all.
So it's good to be happy for someone, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
The more happy you are for them, the more blessings you have too, you know.
Amen. 100%. That's what I always say. You know what I always say? What we put out into the world is what comes back to us.
Yes.
So if we're putting out nothing but love and light and positivity, that's what's in us, you know.
Yep.
I always tell people it's very important to go deep within, because everything is not out here. It's not external.
Yep.
Everything starts from internally, you know,
within
within yourself.
Yes,
and even you yourself and myself too, if we didn't make the consecutive decision to change our lives and to be in the light, right? Because I'm not going to lie, many of us have been in the darkness for too long. And we tend to be so comfortable to be there instead of stepping out of our comfort zone and actually allowing ourselves to grow in such a big universe.
Growth is key.
Growth is the key, and growth is so beautiful. It looks so good on you. It looks good on me, and it looks good on anybody else that was able to get out of those situations.
Yep.
You know, mental health in our community is another big thing.
Even back home, they look at that like it's nothing.
Back home, they look at it as in you're crazy.
You're being silly or something like that. You know, they don't take it serious.
No, at
but
all.
Like, your well-being is everything, you know. You feeling in peace with yourself within, that's everything.
Then you can be at peace with the world.
Yes.
If you're not at peace within,
you can't.
You're at war with the world, pretty much. And that's why it's so important to recognize when you're on a spiritual journey.
Yes.
Okay? I always tell people when some people believe in the universe, some believe in God. Some call it a higher power. When you can feel within yourself that something is not right, then it is very important to focus on whatever it is that is surfing within yourself, so that you are able to pass the test of whatever it is that you're going through and move forward.
Yep.
So as I've mentioned just before about higher power and God and the universe, So in regards to that, some people may find that their spiritual life is linked to their association with the church, etc.
Yes.
Others may pray or find comfort in a personal relationship with God
Yep.
or a higher power.
Yes.
Still others seek meaning through their connections to nature or art.
Yep. That's
How beautiful is that?
that's
Because
nice.
music is like art in a
Yes,
way when you
yes.
think about it.
Yep.
You're
Yes.
you're creating something.
Yes,
You
you
know,
are, yeah.
within that frequency and the energy that you put in there is it comes out into the world in such it's something that is just so powerful out here into the world. So when we look at things as in creating art, like me doing this platform is art itself.
Yes, it is.
You know, you being in the music industry as an artist, that's art itself.
Yes,
you know,
it is, yeah.
everything in life comes down to that. So at times too, we start to question ourselves a lot when we're going through a spiritual journey about what our purpose is.
Yes. That's
In
the
life.
toughest one.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. That's the toughest one. Like,
It's
why am I
difficult.
here? What am I doing here?
And those questions are coming. Like you tend to ask yourself so many questions.
Yeah.
You become so aware and aligned that you start to question a lot of things.
Yep.
Like, why am I here? Because they always say you go through a lot of things, right, in life. Like every bad thing you go through
Yeah.
has awakened you
Yes.
to the truth.
Yes.
So once you become awakened, you begin to ask yourself, what is my purpose in life? Why did I come on earth in at this time, especially at a very difficult time where a lot of things are happening in the world? You know, so you start to question yourself. You try to read as much books as you can,
yep.
and you try to find yourself on a deeper level too. Because every day, like getting to know yourself does not just end.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Every day you're
Infinite.
waking up, it's infinite.
Yeah.
You know, every day you're waking up and you're finding out new things about yourself, which is absolutely beautiful from my perspective. Other times in life as well, our personal definition of spirituality may change throughout our life,
Yeah.
and having to adapt to our own experiences and relationships with others. What do you think about that?
Adapting and
Having healthy relationships with others.
so is this like, for example, I would say, it's like if you love yourself, then it's easy to love someone else. So it all
100%.
starts with you again. The
That's
same
it.
thing.
That's it. It does.
Yeah.
It begins with you.
Yeah.
Because you can't love others without first loving yourself
yeah.
in life.
Yourself is the worst enemy and your best friend, I think. Yeah, that's what.
And that's what they always say. Hey, you're not in competition with anyone else but yourself.
Yes, only you to better yourself.
To
the
better
last version.
yourself. Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's deep. Now, there's a few questions that we might ask ourselves on a spiritual journey. These might include many questions about life and our identity in life.
Yep.
Where we are in life and where we identify ourselves to grow, you know. A couple of questions would be, once you realize that you're on a spiritual journey, you start to question yourself a lot. And one of the biggest things you question about yourself is that, am I a good person? Especially like even you know how our parents have raised us to go to church,
Yes.
to get to know God and to have a closer relationship with God. Some Christians also, because being a Christian and being spiritual are two different things, but they emerge as one. Many of the principles are very similar
Yep.
when you look at spirituality and being a Christian itself. So we tend to ask ourselves, am I a good person?
Okay, because being a good person, is this like following the 10 Commandments or something like that, or what is?
Being a good person to me would be, am I treating the world
Right. Yeah.
right? Am I treating people with love?
Yeah.
Do I have hate, pride, and ego in me?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So we tend to ask ourselves, am I a good person? Like, just that question itself is so powerful.
Like, I can say something because I read a book once. It's called The Code to the Matrix by Seven Boomer. So it said that let's say, for example, someone comes to your house with a shotgun looking for your brother, are you gonna open the door and tell them that is there, or you're gonna lie because you're gonna lie because like you're gonna lie because it's wrong or right, like you know what I'm saying?
To protect them.
To protect them, you know. Even in the Bible they say lying is wrong, but you have a reason. So everything you do in life gotta be full of reason.
100%.
So yeah, that's
like
what I'm
maybe
saying.
you could be lying in that with
to
that
protect,
example.
to
You
protect,
might be lying to protect them from getting hurt.
Yeah. So being a good person, I don't know.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Being a good person is hard, honestly. And I'm not gonna lie. Us humans, we're humans at the end of the day. I always say we're full of emotions.
Yes.
We get frustrated. At times we might be good people. Other times we might not be good people. But it's always important for us to acknowledge that we're humans. We don't always have to carry ourselves so strongly to be a good person. Mush.
Yep.
The other question we've already actually covered. It is, what is my connection to the world around me?
Me, I wouldn't say the world, because I'm only concerned about my people, my family, my friends, people close to me.
Yeah.
You can't change the world. That's just out of your hands.
Yeah.
You first start with yourself, and then you help your little circle, your family, your friends, and
That's
everything.
it. That's
and then
it.
maybe
Expand.
Maybe they can go out there and,
And actually, and do, because everything is repetitive. Mush.
Yes.
You start with yourself, and then you put that energy towards others, and then so on and so forth.
Yes.
And then they'll go and actually eventually put that type of energy out into the world, But as you've mentioned, yes, you absolutely can't change the world.
No.
You can only change yourself, and then that's it. Everything else will come into motion. Do you feel like things happen for a reason?
Everything happens for a reason, absolutely. Yes, nothing just happens like that. Even like sometimes I think to myself when I sit down, I'm like, even before I came here, before I had this name Charling, like.
And what is Charling? I know the meaning, but what does Charling mean?
Oh, there's a name. There's a reason behind my name. So when my mom was, when she wanted to conceive me, like there was problems me giving birth to.
Oh, okay.
So they prayed to God. My name is Pal.
Oh, Pal,
so
pray.
Charling, Paling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Because Charling in Nuer, when you really think about it, it's like, I heard you.
Yeah. So God heard.
So God heard your. Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That is a powerful name.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, from my perspective, I feel like everything does happen for a reason in this life. Good or bad. Yeah. It's to teach us something.
Yeah, to teach us something. Like, even before you came on this planet Earth, like maybe God written down your name, like everything about
everything
you.
That is going to occur within your lifetime.
Yes.
Yep.
So it was written, like, already.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
So how would we be able to live our life in the best way possible? What are some very important attributes that we could apply into our own lives so that we may live our life the best way possible? Because we both understand that we're not here for a very long time.
Temporary, yeah.
We're only, the way I think about it, I always say we're only visitors on
planet Earth. Yes,
we come here for a reason. We come here to find out our purpose. We fulfill it, and then we gotta go.
Yes, that's it.
So, in regards to that, I feel like it's very important to try our very best as human beings, to honestly do the best that we can while we're on Earth.
Yes.
Because the world we live in, it's so full of many things. It's full of hate. It's full of pride. It's full of ego.
About that, there's this book called The Power of Now by Inka Tuli. Have you read it?
I've heard about it. The Power of Now?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
If you read that book, it will show you everything, because it says this is like, the only way to salvation is to find, it's like, you found God, so you don't have to search. That's true salvation. Like, you don't have to wait for later, 5 years. You just know within yourself. Now, yes.
Yeah.
So that's about that, yeah.
The Power of Now, yeah?
The Power of Now.
So if anybody wants to check it out, it seems like a book that will open your mind to the other possibilities out there. So it's called The Power of Now. And And like when it comes to reading books, I feel like, my goodness, it's like books are like the food to our souls.
Food for thought.
Food for thought, and we're feeding our souls with knowledge as well.
Yep.
So like I always encourage people to try and read books.
So like I'm gonna say something. It's like you don't have to really go that hard at reading books.
No.
You know, just 30 pages a day.
Yeah.
Or
even less, maybe 10.
Even 10 or just read for 1 hour.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
take 1 hour out of that and just do that, and then maybe meditation, maybe 30 minutes.
And have you realized when you're reading a book, you sort of find yourself within the book itself?
Yes,
you're going on a journey while you're reading. I was reading this book by Nelson Mandela. I can't quite remember.
His autobiography, is it?
It is too. Yeah. And it took me on a journey.
Yes.
I was sitting there and oh my goodness, from how he went to prison.
26 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like the time he did there and having to come out, everything within that book itself, I was like, damn.
Can I say something?
If only I could go back in time.
Can I say something? It's like this. So your subconscious works in 3 ways. Through symbols, repetition, and trauma.
Wow.
So all this stuff Mandela went through was trauma, you know.
Trauma based.
It changed him. So yeah, that's.
And trauma does change you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Like it makes you so alert and aware that you do not need to go through whatever you went through again.
Yes.
You know, but it's also one of those things that is very hard to pass to actually get over. So, some people find it very deep to be able to come out of it. Now, tell me a little bit about your music. I want to hear the music side of things.
Music I've been off for a little bit now, but I've recorded maybe like how many mixtapes? Maybe 4 to 5 mixtapes.
Okay.
They're all on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So it's just like now that I'm growing, I'm not focused on music as much. Like I'm trying to help the family and everything. You know, my siblings.
And you're doing other stuff as well.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I still love music. That's why.
You're passionate about it.
Yes, I can stop for how long and then just step back in the booth, and I feel like I've been doing it for. Like I rap in my head sometimes. I just freestyle. Because
it's a part of It's a part of you. That's why. My goodness. What's your latest song?
I wouldn't say latest, but I have a couple mixtapes. They're all on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're there. It's just.
And like you know how there's rappers that talk about real life.
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll talk about some real stuff sometimes, you know. Like maybe I can drop something if you guys.
I think you should.
Okay.
I'm sure me and Ronald would actually love it.
Okay. Let me go. You can't buy wisdom, only the life materialism, trapping your soul in this dirty system, not realizing you're not a human being, but a spiritual being, having a human experience. Take your time and think about it. Why the government and media supply us with the wrong knowledge, like you can't be nobody without college, or you can't be cool without a certain stylist. They keep asking why I'm always smiling. I'm living out this matrix, not in denial. Every day that goes by, look up to the Most High. Yes, I'm getting closer to the righteous light, to the way of life of the chosen few. Raise my frequency, then I'm raising you. Follow the path, do the math. 1 + 1 + 1 equals family, God, respect. Get the rest of the load off your neck. Is when you're down, you're gonna drown. And I do this for my people. Yeah.
Wow,
and I do this for my people.
Charles, I could hear you all night long. If only I knew, like I swear, if only I could drop a beat right now. I'm pretty sure you would kill it.
Yeah.
100%. You got knowledge for days.
Thanks.
I love it.
Thanks.
My goodness. It's a gift. I always tell people, hey, rapping is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm telling you right now.
You really love it, you know.
You have to love it.
Yeah.
Like even the flow.
With anything, you know.
In life.
Yeah, with anything. It's like some people, you know, they just be riding a skateboard. Here it comes $1 million, $1 billion, because they love what they're doing. It's passion. If you're after the money, it's not going to come.
No, it's not going to work because it's passion. You're passionate about it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Now, when do you think your next? Are you gonna have a next mixtape by any chance?
Yeah,
that people should look forward to.
I record at the library, so I'm just waiting for that to open. With the way things are going with COVID, it's a bit you know, I don't know, cause I don't want to record at home. There's siblings, they're noisy.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, as soon as I fix a studio, maybe I book a studio in the city or something.
Yeah.
Then I'll work on something real this time.
Okay, because I got connections. There's a studio in Frankston as well, like a music studio.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after this, and then you can get in contact with him. Yeah.
Do they make beats?
Yeah. He makes beats.
Yep,
He's a Kawajat.
All right,
so
okay.
We'll sort it out.
Yep. That'd be nice.
You know how, like, within our community, there's been a lot of stuff that have been going on in terms of mental health. What do you think is the main problem?
The main problem is like...
what do you think the main problem is with these young people in our community?
They caught in some different realities sometimes, you know, like like what I know from my perspective, they've been listening to too much drill music, all that.
Wow.
Like they think life is about partying, just not giving a damn about nothing. You know.
Sorry to cut you, but with what you just mentioned, do you feel like it's so important to be very specific about what we listen to?
Yes, whatever you put in, that's what you get out. Yes, there's a music influence from the Chicago drill scene. It's really, you know, they think is all. We used to be like that. We was young too.
Back in the days, exactly. We went through it.
But like, it's good for someone to save him before it's too late, you know, because this will start as, you know, going out partying with your friends, and then later on, your friends they'll leave you. They won't be there for you.
They won't be there,
and it's only going to be you in trouble, you know. So yeah.
And what would you say to our community in general, and also to the young people?
It's like, try to understand and support. You know, don't just say, "Oh, this person is this." Try. You know,
try your very best.
Yeah, try your very best to help.
Don't just think that they're on drugs. Don't just assume that they're alcoholics.
Let
you
them,
know,
like try to find out what's triggering all this. You know, what's the problem? What's the root cause of this?
Because like a couple of the episodes that we've done, we also spoke about how everything starts at home.
Yes.
So if your home is loving, nurturing, then that's what, like, you wouldn't have to find those things outside.
Yes.
The home.
That's true.
You know, I always feel like everything starts at home, and if we were to nurture these young people, if we were to pay attention to them and actually show them that we really love them.
Can I say something?
Because lack of love, you know, it takes you down a really bad path in life. I've been through it.
Yeah, can I say something? It's like, even, do you know how we used to play sports back in the days when we were kids?
Yeah.
Our parents never
came to support.
They never showed up. So there's no connection there, you know, like.
And then we're seeing all these Kawajat parents.
Yeah, and then you're like,
you know, the grandmothers, grandfathers, everyone is there to support. Yeah. No, I'm so glad you mentioned that, Charles, because even a lot of the young people right now, they're into basketball.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, these young people, half of them, some of them, they really know how to play ball if they just have enough support.
Support, that's what they need.
And also, you're aware of the division that has happened in our community, yeah?
Explain to me.
When I say division, through my observation, a lot of things that I've seen in our South Sudanese community is that we're not really listening to each other.
That's true, yeah.
We're not focusing on the bigger picture, and that's what I mean by division. There's a lot of jealousy where people are doing things for the wrong reason, like some of the leaders especially. They're doing things for the wrong reason and aren't really focusing on the bigger picture and where we should be in the next 2 to 5 years. And that's what I mean by division, that back when we all came here in 2001,
we're all together in the community.
My goodness.
Yes.
Remember?
I remember you. Barbecues
like
every
the barbecues,
Saturday.
The church.
People were just happy.
You know, the activities, the cultural days too.
Now it's just their one power and all that.
And that's what I meant.
What I would say about that is, it's like these people, they're just in it for themselves, you know. Like,
I like that.
Not to bad name anyone.
No names. We're just being honest.
Yeah, they're just there for themselves, like, because it takes them, like, the man to build the country, you know. You know, it's not like we have a lot of resources in Sudan. So if those people, like, if their focus was to better the country, it could have been better now, you know. But,
we could be good.
Yeah, but they're focusing on other things. I don't even know
about themselves.
Yes,
it's not even self-love.
It's something else.
Some people are really just so focused on themselves.
Yeah,
and that's why we're so behind. I feel like with everything that's happening in Sudan as well, that that whole thing also came here, where most of us are actually focusing on what's happening up there instead of what's happening here.
Yeah.
You know, instead of really just taking the time to help each other, you know, move forward in a much better place. So with that saying, is there anything else that you would like to like any other issues that you would like to
No,
talk about?
I think everything's been covered. You know, we save for next season or something like that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just like for the youth, you know, just try to focus, try to know who you are. You know, it's called man know thyself. You know, not know your religion or your ethnic or it's know yourself. You know, so just focus on it. Know yourself. Like live by some rules. You know, like write up something. You know. Write papers and put them on a wall, you know, so you remember.
That's it.
Or get a note and get a notebook.
Affirmations.
Yeah, get a notebook, something like that, you know.
Journal writing too.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And with I'll just add on to what Charles has just mentioned. If you are a young person and you tend to fall and you don't have the courage to actually stand up and continue doing what it is that you need to do, just know that everything happens for a reason in life. Myself and Charles have actually gone through whatever it is that you might be going through as you're watching this episode right now. And just know that whenever you fall down, the best thing to do is to stand back up and continue to walk in your light, continue to know your purpose, and continue to know yourself as a whole individual as well. And never be afraid to ask for help. Growing up, you and I don't think we actually ever asked for help, even though we needed it.
Yeah.
And that cycle has to change, you know?
Yes.
I don't want...
You learn the hard way.
You do learn the hard way.
Could have been easier.
Yeah, by speaking up and asking questions.
Yeah.
Also, start to become close with your parents. Find a friend that you can confide in and tell them about your worries and some of the problems that you're going through. But apart from that, I would like to say a massive thank you to Charles for actually taking the time to come into the studio. Charles is someone that I really admire. I love the way he speaks. His perspective on life is absolutely amazing. And I think we feel the same way because we've gone through similar things in life.
Yes.
And I just want to say that I'm really proud of you and always know that you are loved. No matter what, you are absolutely loved. People might not tell you, but we see you.
Thank you.
You know, I see you. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And please just continue to be the voice to the voiceless. Speak to these young people.
Thank you very much.
And I hope to have you back in the studio, okay? Thank you, Charles. And thank you to all our viewers for always taking the time to show so much love. I really appreciate you guys. And once again, welcome to the Voices of South Sudanese Women. Until next time, you guys take care, stay blessed, and always stay positive. God bless.